negativity. So when we talk about social cognitive learning theory, it's about the blending of how your own influence of your own expectancies and how other people affect you. When we talk about social cognitive view, it's a theory that includes cognitive processes such as anticipating, judging, memory, and imitation of models. This is how I really think our interactions are based on social cognitive view, that when we see how people interact, we learn from it. Just like when you go into a restaurant for the first time and you don't really know how it's set up, correct? Like, do you have to walk to the counter? Do you just take a seat immediately? Can you sit anywhere as our hostess? It's kind of like this awkward thing of not knowing what to expect. That is social cognitive theory, is that you're looking at other people, how are they behaving, what are they doing, and figuring out how to make your way work. Does that make sense? Like, how annoying is it when you go to Chipotle and people act like they've never been to a Chipotle before? It is like the most annoying thing. Have you never experienced a new person at Chipotle?
No, I am a new person at Chipotle.
You've never been to Chipotle?
I've been there like once.
Oh my God, we all judge you. Yeah, well, you have terrible taste.
They have queso. That's like the drawing
It's
line.
not even real.
It's not even
They
good.
take it out of a bag and shove it in.
Well, that's all food production, so the
But
fact
like, it's so gross.
All right, here we go. So reciprocal determinism is done by a guy named Bandura. You know him. What did he do? Who can raise your hand and tell me who it is? Bella. Bobo dolls. And what is the Bobo dolls?
It's like he would have someone like beat up a doll, and then like the kids would watch them. So
Is it just someone or an adult?
an adult?
There you go. Okay.
And
So
then
like,
the kids would like do what the adults did.
there you go. So he believes that we learn from what we see. Reciprocal determinism is how the factors of environment, so what have you been surrounded by, okay? Factors of your personal characteristics. Can we all agree that everyone's a little bit different? Some people naturally work harder than others. Some people are naturally smarter than others. Some people are just innately motivated. Would you agree? Okay? So personal characteristics and behavior interact to determine future things. So it's your personal characteristics, your environment. If you come from a household that doesn't really support education and you're really bright, does that mean you're going to do really well in life? No, it just all kind of depends. That's what reciprocal determinism is. Okay? On your number 6 on your focus, that's what this is. I'm not going to stand here and let you do it, but I am going to post this PowerPoint online today, and you are more than welcome to go back through and do that. Is that fair? So reciprocal determinism is looking at all these three things over and over again. How do they interact? It's your personal, cognitive beliefs, your behavior, and all that stuff come together. In behaviorism, one of the biggest things is self-efficacy. Now, self-efficacy is the individual's perception of how effective a behavior will be in any particular circumstance. When you talk about efficacy, we're really talking about how much does it matter that I do this. How many times in your life have you come across something and it's like, who cares? Nothing I do will matter. How many times is that? Hello? Hopefully not a ton, but there's been many examples in your life that you can say, yeah, if I do this, it's not going to matter, correct? Efficacy is the belief that you do hold that change. When people have high efficacy, they really do believe that they can kind of control their life to a lot more. Like, I have a high efficacy. I believe that if I put my head to something, I could really do it. Now, is there limitations to that? Yes. Do I think I'm going to put a rocket into space? No. Okay, I get tripped off doing multiplication. Okay, so that calculus is not happening in this brain. But I really do feel like I could sit there and try to figure it out. That's self-efficacy, the belief of being able to do it. All right, so Rotter is your next one. She believes in locus of control, and I really like her theory. She believes people are motivated to seek reinforcement and to avoid punishment. What do you think? Do you think you want people to say nice things about you? To do nice things, to give you things, or work hard for things and earn things? Absolutely. She says people don't like punishment and don't like being embarrassed. I think those are pretty powerful motivators. Okay? So with that being said, she says locus of control refers to how much power you think you have as an individual. Do you think you have a lot of power or a little bit of power? Okay? Do Do you have control over your life or do you not have control over your life? Now, you guys are in a really interesting position because you're a little bit of both. Would you agree? How hard you're working in school will dictate how easy it will be to achieve your goals, correct? Hello? However, how much of your immediate everyday life are you in direct control of? If your parents decide we're moving, guess what you're doing? You're moving. If your parents decide, did you know they can literally shave your head if they wanted to? It's legal for them.
Right.
Because technically you're under their ownership.
Yeah, but why would
I'm just saying they could do it if they wanted to. Yeah. I love the people who like publicly shame their kids. I mean, I hate that. It's not right. You shouldn't do it, but it's funny. No? No one thinks that? It's funny? Okay. It's funny. Okay, so locus of control. You're either internal or external. If you are internal locus of control, these are people who assume their actions and decisions affect their experiences. Okay? I am an internal locus of control. I believe that my fate, my future, my life is in my hands. Okay? I don't like that I don't make that much money. I don't like being poor, and like it really kind of stinks. I know, but I don't sit around and whine about it because there's a lot of other teachers here who do whine about it, or that I've come across in my teaching career who just whine about how we should be getting paid more. And I'm like, yeah, but we're not. So you can do something about it, or you can try running for office and getting us some more money because we're a government entity. And you know, I don't like when I get paid nothing, so I have a second job. I like my second job because A, I make money, A, I spend all that money on things I only want to buy, and I enjoy it. That is internal locus of control. I don't like something, I change it. If I didn't like my life, if I wanted to move to somewhere else, I think I would. I don't know how brave I'd be, but I would. I feel like I can kind of control. The harder I work, the better my life is. External locus of control believe they are controlled by powerful others, luck, or fate. The easiest way to identify external are people who have a strong faith in like religion. They kind of believe that God has already planned out your life. And that just have faith in God. Have faith in whatever plan, whatever religion you are, whatever gods you have, or whatever. That fate has already laid it out. Just have faith. That's a really beautiful idea. I don't think like this. I think like this. I'd be more peaceful if I thought like this. If you really believe that God has picked out your path for you, wouldn't that be so like reassuring? Hello? I think it's reassuring. I mean, I wish I had a little more faith. I don't. And I think it would be really reassuring knowing that I really believe that someone in the clouds, because in my head they're in clouds, you know what I mean, is looking down on me and has already like arranged my life to be the best life. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It is a beautiful idea. That's what external locus of control is. Does that make sense? Hello? Everyone understand the difference between the two? Oh my god, I love that you're so chatty today. It's so refreshing. You know, yesterday you guys were also so chatty. Alright, so humanistic perspective. By the way, on the front of your focus, may I borrow for a second? Question number, box number 1 on the top of your stuff always has these headings, and that's where you can fill some of them in. I'm killing it, by the way, of filling things in this week. Let's do this. Alright. So your humanistic perspective believes that there's a third force in psychology that focuses on aspects of personality that make people uniquely human, such as feelings and freedom of choice. What that means is that right now, humanists believe that you have infinite amount of possibilities behind you and that you could really do whatever you wanted to at this moment. Isn't that a beautiful idea? Hello? Do you really feel that way? I'm tired. I don't think I have unlimited possibilities in me. Does everyone else feel that way? Everyone else feels that way? Awesome. Good talk. Really refreshing. Thank you so much for being here, all of you. You really just...
I'm optimistic about my opportunities.
You are optimistic about your opportunities. I think you have great potential, darling. You just have to keep after it. So, this is developed as a reaction of the negativity of psychoanalysis because psychoanalysis really does focus on the id and how our body responds. Alright, so Rogers is your humanistic. Okay? He's your big one. He's our go-to humanist. He believes in the self-actualization therapy tendency, which is striving to fulfill one's innate capacities and capabilities. Self-actualization is you know what? Let's stop for a moment. On your whiteboard, write down what is the one thing that you could be anything in the world, like anything. What would you want to be? I'd want to be a U.S. Senator. I don't really know why. I decided in 3rd grade I wanted to be one, and I still want to be one. And my dad even asked me last week, he's like, do you still want to be a senator? And I said, yeah. What would you be if you could be anything? A doctor? All right, turn to the person near you and share. Go.
I think that's what everyone wants. I would love to know everyone's business. So I just want to know stuff. And like all the secret things.
I'm glad you're like fully self-aware about it.
That's so cool.
Alright, 3. Anna, what did you write down? That is a very specific thing. Okay, alright. We got a generic doctor in front of you. Cardiovascular. Alright, 3, 2, 1. So you guys just wrote down your big list. Okay? If you looked at your big thing, you looked at your specific thing that you just wrote down, and then you came up with a plan of attack, that is essentially what self-actualization tendency is. It's when you're striving to become. So I want to be a U.S. Senator. I just think that would just be so cool. Like, I am not nearly brave enough to be like a president. Like, that's crazy. That's so much stress. I don't need to know about all the aliens and stuff. Like, that's weird. I just want to be on the Senate and influence change and have a say in my local districts and stuff. Like, I think that would be so cool. So with that being said, my self-actualization tendency would see what could I bring to the table to benefit the state of Florida. What could I do in order to help those people in the state? How could I help people in the country? All of those things. Now, in order to achieve the goal that you just wrote down, you have to think of your self-concept. It's the image of oneself that develops from interactions with important, significant people. I truly do believe that I'm a pretty skilled person. Like, I'm really good at working with people and managing people to a degree. I don't like it, but I happen to be pretty good at it. So self-concept is how you interact. I am good at getting the best out of people. I think we can all agree you guys have learned a lot this year, correct?
Yeah.
Hello? You have learned a lot. Your skills overall have drastically improved. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Isn't it easier for you to pick up information faster? Isn't it easier for you to kind of prioritize what you have to do? It's easier for you to time manage. And those are all the skills I've been trying to teach you since day one, and you guys are doing an amazing job, and there really has a huge growth. And your test scores are higher. Everything is better. True, not true? That is one of the skills I have. Now, when you talk about self-concept, it's actually made up of 3 components. Self, real self, and ideal self. Now, these 3 components, the self is the archetype that works with the ego to manage other archetypes and balance your personality. Your self is who you are in your head. You know what I mean? Like, have you ever noticed, like, how many times do you really stare at yourself in the mirror? Not that much. However, have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and been like, oh my God, that's what I look like? Have you ever done that? Because the image you have in your head necessarily isn't the image that you have of yourself physically. What you have in your head necessarily isn't who you are. Because we're all passionate about things that we don't really tell other people about, correct? Because it's kind of dorky. Like one of my favorite TV shows I'm really passionate about, me and my mommy were talking for like an hour about, but I won't tell anybody else because I'm so embarrassed by it.
Just tell us.
Please just tell us.
I can't. Like, it's just so dorky.
We won't judge.
No, you should judge, and that's why I don't tell. It's just weird.
What's the category?
Yeah.
I'm sure like half people in here watching.
Huh?
I'm sure like a lot of people.
I
Oh,
think
that
people
one show.
genuinely do. But, like, it's just so dorky, and I just...
Is it like a
Please
show?
tell
We
us.
don't
No,
know, like,
yeah.
Like a reality.
tell
Everyone
us.
judges me for my shows. Tell us.
Just tell us.
Okay?
Jesse, I think
Oh,
it's
like you're not gonna like get
no,
out of this one.
Yes.
Alright, that narrows it down.
That's how I first discovered it, and now it's about ready to start its next season here coming up. And
Is it a Netflix show or is it
no, it's not a Netflix show.
What channel?
No, see, that is part of the issue.
How many seasons does it
It's on
have?
HBO.
No, I love HBO.
PBS.
You're not allowed to do.
You're not, like-
this is the one that you can't hide from us.
Yeah, you gotta tell
What,
them.
TV shows? What I can't hide from you?
Yes.
No, it's so dorky. So, moving forward, self is who we are in our heads. They are what we really think. Like, I think, personally, I'm really funny. Like, in my head, I think people think I'm funny. In reality, that's actually not true. People mostly laugh at me because I'm a little animated. I don't know if you've noticed, but I have a lot of facial expressions is the word I was going for. I'm also a little quirky. I don't know if you've also figured that out in 23 weeks of being together. So in my head, I'm like this cool, calm, collected chick. My real self says that's not true. Your real self is like your actual flaws. So, my real self, I understand that I have no talent. Like, I don't have a talent. Like, really legit didn't. If we did a talent show in here or talked or brought in something that we're, like, talented with, I wouldn't have anything to show.
Yeah.
It's not like a talent.
Teaching is a talent. You're a good teacher.
Yeah, but that's not like a tangible talent. Like, what do I do with it?
Hey,
Teach
have more
your job.
I have self-esteem, but... Huh?
You should have a
Roasting
day.
students.
I think you're
I'm very good at
Raging.
yelling at students. Raging. I'm...
Yeah.
But that's like not a skill.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, rage?
If someone
Don't
needs
let
someone to
people
rage.
tell you it's not. You have aspects about yourself.
I do. I'm very... Like, I know I have good qualities. Absolutely. But my real self is I don't have a talent. Like, I can't draw. I can't
Don't
write. I
say
can't
that.
play. Why? Sure. I struggle to color in the lines, ladies and gentlemen. Like, I'm not good.
Didn't you play soccer?
Yeah, that's
That's coordination. I've never seen in my life.
It's still better than what other people can do.
You're okay.
I can't do makeup, I can't do hair, I can't pick out an outfit, all my outfits look the same.
Stop.
I'm not wrong.
You make me so
I'm not wrong. And then I have my ideal self. And this is something I work a lot on, is my perception of who I am. And I really try being a genuinely good and kind person. I fall short. Definitely fall short. But it's a true reflection of, at the end of the day, I want to be a really caring person. I want to be someone that people feel comfortable like talking to and having a conversation with. And some days I do a really good job of both of those things. And then other days I don't. And so like my ideal self is who I wish I could be and what I wish I could do and stuff like that. So those are your Rogers. All right. I just don't want to do this.
You have a talent. Oh, I thought you were saying you don't have a talent. Like you
Oh,
have
no, I don't have talent.
Yes, you do.
No.
Everyone has a talent.
Everyone has a
No.
talent. What is your talent, Smith?
I don't know, but I have one. Somewhere. I can throw grapes up in the air and catch them in my mouth like 100 in a row.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah,
That's pretty
that's
cool.
talent.
That is a talent. I can't do that.
So can eat.
What's your talent, Annie?
Pretty good drawing. You're really good.
Thanks.
Skylar, what's your talent?
Yet to be discovered.
Yes. You're so optimistic, Skylar. That's so lovely. Alright, here we go. So Roger's theory of personality. He believes in positive regard. Now this is if you are given am I ever going to be alive? I guess that's really not the expression, but that's fine. What? Am I ever going to be alive?
You just like
collapse on
Can
the
you have your
table.
official Twitter bio like on your teacher page?
Can
What?
you play am I ever
Isn't that
going to be
your
alive?
Twitter? It's like
change that to
for
like
everything
in bio.
or something like that.
I have no idea. It's the most.
I know your
generic thing.
location is everywhere.
Are you
When I was born in like 78 or something. Alright, positive regard. Warmth, affection, love, and respect that comes from significant others. If you are a warm, affectionate person, it's because you've been taught to be that way by people who have loved and cared for you. You cannot be a loving, caring, and affectionate and warm person if you do not have that in your life. Okay? Have you ever met someone that was just incredibly harsh and cold and just so mean? And you're like, what the hell? But they're like that to everyone. That person hasn't had warmth, love, and affection shown to them. Does that make sense? Isn't that sad? So when you see someone who's just completely raging every single day and who's just so angry and hostile and can't foster a relationship with someone, be like, oh, they don't have love. And that's what it is. Unconditional positive regard. Now this is really important. Unconditional positive regard is given without conditions or strings attached. This is love no matter what. I will say my parents have unconditional positive regard for their children. If I called my dad today and said, oh my God, Papa, there's a high school boy named Matt was making fun of me today in my AP Psych class and he was really mean, my dad would literally threaten to come here and kick a teenager's butt. Like, without asking any more questions. He'd be like, okay, I'm coming. Like, he just is like, my dad is ride or die. If I called him and said, you know, one of my colleagues is being a real big jerk, my dad would just go off on this crazy, wild tangent of, like, crazy curse words, saying, like, does he know who my daughter is? And I just sit there and say, oh, my papa loves me. And, like, all this stuff. Like, my dad is ride or die, no matter what. No matter who we brought, like, my brother, my sister, and myself have brought home, my parents have always been incredibly kind because they're kind to these terrible people. Like, my brother is dating, like, awful. My sister's dating someone terrible. But my parents are always so kind and so genuine with them. And the reason is because they love my brother and they love my sister. You know what I mean? That's real love. That's unconditional love. Okay? Now, conditional love is some of your friends. Okay? You've done this to someone. We've all done it to someone. How many of you have lost touch with a friend because things just got too complicated? Like, they were just sad all the time and you just couldn't deal with it. By the way, you were a conditioned friend. You weren't unconditional, you're a terrible person. Now, everyone in this room is a terrible person because we've all done it, so you're a good company. But that means your friendship was based on a condition of positive regard, which means you only liked them when they were doing what you wanted. When you lose friends as you get older, you'll have friends, then you'll lose some, and you'll maintain some. You'll add some, lose some, add some, lose some. Those friends who come and go are conditioned. They're there for a reason and enjoy their company, but they're gonna leave when they have to. Does that make sense? Like, how many friends have you lost because of a breakup? Whether it was you or one of your friends, you know, your friend was dating some guy and you all became good friends and then they broke up and now they're like gone forever. Yeah? That's conditioned positive regard. Do you see the difference? As you get out, what?
What's like before and?
Okay? Now, as you get older, you will become a fully functioning person, which means, not that you're not a fully functioning person now, you'll be able to distinguish quickly who is a unconditional positive regard and who is a conditional positive regard. How many of you have been burned by someone who you told something pretty intimate, okay, and then they turn around and tell a bunch of people, and it's like the worst feeling in the world, correct? How many times has that happened to you? Right? You were blurring unconditional positive regard and conditional. As you get older, it becomes easier to see when you become a fully functioning person. Like Toledo is a ride or die, ladies and gentlemen. Alright? She is unconditional positive regard. I can tell her whatever and she will keep it. It's her business and my business. I know that we're good. I have some people that I am friendly with. I do not call them friends. I'm friendly with, who are straight up a conditioned positive regard. As you get older, you'll be able to distinguish that, which is a good thing. Can we agree? Okay? I don't have that many friends. Because I give the title of friend very high regard. If I consider you my friend, like you are, it is intimate. Like you know me, I tell you my business, you know what's going on in my real life. That's a legit relationship. I am acquaintances or I'm friendly with people means I know your name, you know my name, you know a little bit about me, you don't know that much. Does that make sense? I keep people at a distance because I have issues. And I'm also terrified. I hate these people. Because if I consider you a friend, I am a ride or die. I am a ride or die, ladies and gentlemen. I do not call people friends who aren't friends. And because of that, I can only care about so many people. Can we agree? I have a short list of friends because, like, if Jen called me right now and said, I need you, I would get on a plane and get there ASAP. The end is coming. Am I ever going to feel better? No.
Yeah.
Don't put mono on me. What's wrong with you? Don't put that in my... Oh.
When you least expect it, it's always
That's a terrible thing to say to someone. Okay, that's a terrible thing to say. I don't want mono. I don't have time for that. By the way, your exam is 3 months from today. Fun fact.
Is that the first one?
Day 1, second exam.
Okay.
You have a noon exam and it drives me absolutely insane.
What?
Your exam starts at noon. So I tell you all to sleep till 9:30. And then wake up, go get breakfast, lunch, whatever you eat, and then come to school by 11.
Sounds good.
You get to be at school.
No. That's why I tell you to sleep till 9. Who here is an apes? Ugh. I hate both of you. Drop it now. This is on the same exam day.
Oh God. Are you kidding me?
No, why would I joke about it? Do you think I find this funny? Yes, it's on the same exact exam day.
Is it in the morning?
Yes!
Drop it now.
Drop it now.
For AP exams, do you like when you have an
I have no idea.
when
What?
you have an AP
You know
exam,
what
do you
naming
only
character
take
is?
that? Do you take normal exams when you're taking AP exams? Like, or how does that work? Like,
You come and take your exam and you leave.
okay, good. That's what I thought.
Alright, here we go. Yeah, ew. What?
I don't like apes.
Then drop it.
I want to.
She talked about dirt for too long.
Oh my god, I don't care about dirt.
It
Really?
wasn't even about dirt.
Really?
It
Who
was
cares about
energy. It wasn't about dirt. Nothing was about dirt.
All port. Here we go. Alright, so trade theories. There's a couple big ones and we gotta get to them. Alright, so Allport is your first person who starts doing trade theories. When we talk about trades, on your whiteboard, let's do this. Describe yourself in 5 words. Oh my god, you can do it. First of all, I would start with hilarious for me. Charming. Ah, so smart. Beautiful. Eloquent. Oh my god, people. How would you describe yourself? Hardworking, diligent, passionate, enthusiastic. Are you outgoing? Are you antisocial? Oh my god, people, seriously?
A little bit.
Can we come up with 3?
Yeah.
Oh, so
You should be saying brown hair, by the way. If that's on your board, you're doing it wrong. Alright, share your 3 things to 5 things to the person next to you. Go.
yeah, sarcastic.
It's
Full of
sarcastic.
that.
That's funny.
It's sassy.
Oh, nice.
Where'd he go?
All the way was here.
5,
Yeah.
4, 3. Everything you just wrote down is a trait. The first person to start tracking traits for personality is a guy named Allport. He identified 200 words that could be described as traits for personalities. 200 words is a lot. Can we agree? So a guy named Cattell came around and said, hey, let's simplify this. There's 16 to 23, which I think we can all agree is much better. Cattell's self-reporting scheme has 16, and it's based on computer analysis, which we get into much bigger detail next week. Okay, if you do Cattell's self-report, it looks like this. Are you more reserved or are you more outgoing? Are you more of a concrete thinker, abstract thinker? You plug it in and then it tells you what your personality is. Okay?
Is that like the
Nah, that's something different, but yeah. That's all next week's stuff. Now, when we talk about traits, there's multiple kinds of traits. The first one is a surface trait. A surface trait is something that if someone meets you for 5 minutes, they can easily identify. Like, for instance, I am an incredibly awkward person when people meet me for the first time in, like, real-life situation. Like, I don't make eye contact with people. It really makes me uncomfortable. Okay? My awkwardness is a surface trait. You don't need to know me on a deep level to know I'm an awkward mess. I'm very upfront with it, and it's very easy to see. A source trait is something that you need to know the person for a good amount of time before it's evident. Like, for instance, a source trait for me is that I'm incredibly competitive. And that I'm not outwardly competitive. Like, I'm not trying to be the person that can lift the most stuff at the gym. Like, who cares? Like lifts and stuff. Like, what the hell is that? Like, weights and stuff. Like, I just don't care about that stuff. But if I'm told someone does something better than most people, guess what I want to do? I'm coming right after you. Okay, I don't like being told, oh, wow, they're really good at something. Oh, really? Oh, really? Okay, let's try this. Here we go. Okay, so I'm incredibly competitive. Okay, so an example of a source trait, like for instance, for you guys here in school, it must be kind of weird to hear that I consider myself an introvert. Is it?
Yes. You're not introverted.
No, it's like my dad. Yeah,
Because this is my job. Like, I'm paid to someone entertain you and teach you. Even though I'm doing a terrible job for Skylar right now, who's looking at her split ends and Noah is literally dying over here.
She wrote us her habit.
Huh?
That's a weird habit. I read that yesterday. It's like a really bad habit.
What, you're looking at your split ends?
Yeah.
Okay, so introversion is my source. If you didn't really know me, you wouldn't know. But people who do know me know. Alright, this is all over your test. I'm glad we got to it. This is your big 5-factor model. It's also known as OCEAN. The reason why it's called OCEAN is because it has 5 things that spell out ocean. Alright. The 5-factor model, it describes personalities in 5 ways. Alright, so the first one is openness. On the 5 factors, it's a willingness to do new things and be open to new experiences. Who here loves trying new things? Raise your hand. Huh? Well, anyway. Who here is absolutely terrified of doing new things? Yes! I'm with you. I could literally eat the same thing every single day.
Yes.
On the weekends, it's the same thing we do every single day. On Friday nights, McCray and I grill steak on the grill. And we have crab cakes for dinner, and we have grilled asparagus. On Saturdays for lunch, we typically go to Chichio's. And then on Sundays, on Saturday evenings, we typically have some sort of plans. On Sunday mornings, we go running, and then we brunch Sunday afternoons at an array of places, depending on how far we ran. So this weekend, I'm running 6. So this weekend, I get cheeseburger. So I'm going to go to probably, I like Burger 21. They have some bomb burgers at Burger 21. So that's probably what it will be. It just depends on that. Like, it's very predictable. And I eat pretty much the same thing every single day for lunch. It's pretty delicious. Very consistent. Openness. Conscientiousness is the care a person gives to organization and thoughtfulness of others and dependability. I think you would agree that I am very conscientious. I'm very dependable. Would you agree? There is no crazy left turns in my class. It is always the same damn thing. There's no projects. I don't like not being prepared for your quizzes. If you're going to study, I should honor that, stuff like that. And I actually do genuinely care about you. I do try following up and listening to you. I do try. I could do better. It's my ideal self. I really want to, but my real self says I'm flawed. And then I think organization would definitely describe me. Yes? Yes? So I'm a high. Anyone a low conscientiousness? You are not very organized. You're incredibly flaky. Anyone? You're either high or low. Good talk, guys. I'm really enjoying this. This is like awesome. This is just the best. Just the best. Alright, your next one is extroversion, which is a dimension of personality referring to one's need to be with other people. You're either an extrovert or an introvert. I am an introvert. I would much rather sit at home and read my book and hang out with my dog than deal with any of you people. Just kidding. My favorite, like for instance, McCray wants to go out with a bunch of friends on Friday. That is not our Friday plan. Our Friday plan is to eat dinner at home and have steak and asparagus and maybe even crack open a bottle of wine. Like that's a perfect night. McCray wants me to go home, get dressed, and put on a dress, do full hair and makeup, and go meet him out at a restaurant. That is not my life plan. That is not what I want. He wants to go to like some like super nice like restaurant-y thing. And so that means I have to do like full hair and makeup on a Friday. Hello?
It's the worst.
It is the worst! I don't want to go. I've been whining about it.
You're also like sick.
I know. I don't want to go. I've been whining. He's told me, he's like, no, on Friday we're going out. And I'm like, no. And and I've mentioned it every day. But, so yeah, I'm definitely an introvert. Agreeableness is the emotional style in which a person ranges from easygoing, friendly, to likable and grumpy. I am crabby and unpleasant. That's kind of who I am as a person. And then I'm completely unstable. I'm completely neurotic. Yay! Goodbye. It is all over your test. Ocean's all over your test, ladies and gentlemen. Please make sure you're ready for that. Have a wonderful day. Make good decisions.